This is the honeycomb experiment where you use golden syrup, sugar and stuff to make this honeycomb thing. And you can use honeycomb instead. So the first thing you need to do is you need to tip the syrup or honey into the pan, and you need 4 tablespoons, which is like the really big spoon. And then you need to put it in a pan, but the pan can't have a black bottom because otherwise you can't see it change colour, which it does later. Then you add the 100 grams of caster sugar, which you should really measure out on like scales, and then you do that, and then you get right, and then you put it onto an oven, so like a boiling thing, and then you melt it, but never stir it with like a spoon or anything, because yeah, just don't. You should shake it until all the sugar parts have gone, and it's literally just this thing. And if you look at the golden syrup, it's kind of changed colour, but it changes like even more colour in a minute. So you just leave it there to melt and this should take about 5 minutes, which sounds longer than it should. And then you do that, and then you have to take it off when it's melted. You take it off of the fire, so the oven part, and you put it on the other side of the oven, and you put the bicarbonate of soda in, which should be 1.5 teaspoons, and then you have to make sure it's solid. Basically, that's what I'm doing now, and so that's what's happening now. And then you stir this with either a silicone spatula, which is like the one with like different colours on the end, or just a metal spoon, really. So you can pick either for that. It's mum's be. And then you stir that. That's what a silicone spatula is. That's what I'm stirring it with. So you stir that, and if you see there, it's changing colour now. It's sort of gone from this dark brown colour to this yellow colour. And in a minute I'll insert a few clips of the change of colour. And I know you probably can't see it as well, but it's got thicker and like more puffy from the original thing when you put the bicarbonate of soda in. So that's what happens there. And then you just let it cool for a while. And you have to make sure at this point you can't stick your fingers in it, because it will stick to your skin, because it's really sticky, not just dry. And you have to leave, and once you've done it in the pan, you stirred it, and there's no more bumps and like lump things, then you have to tip it onto your tray, your metal tray, or just a tray, with grease-proof paper on it. You have to have grease-proof paper on it. So you tip that on, just like that, and then you need to it's vital that you don't touch it here. And you leave that for a couple of hours. You don't leave it anywhere in particular, just make sure you leave it out of any anything that could harm it, because it will stick. So you leave that for a couple of hours, and then you come back and it'll be hard. And I'll do a film later of what it looks like after a couple of hours. But this is that for now. Thank you very much. Goodbye now. And that is what it should look like. Ta-da. Bye.